And for those of us of a certain age, there used to be a box that sat on the kitchen counter called a radio. With a metal tube that stuck up into the air, and you waved it around, and perhaps if you did the right pattern, you would get a radio station. And we got a radio station from New York, and there was a guy at the New York radio station named Arthur Schwartz, and he was the food guy. And at least once a week, he would get a phone call that sounded very much like this. Arthur! All of Arthur's callers sounded like this, you see. Arthur, I'm trying to make my Nonna's cookies. I have her recipe. I have her cookie sheets. I have her mixer. And no matter what I do, I can't make my Nonna's cookies. But there's something they did in the old days that they never wrote down that would make the cookies taste right. And his response was always something like this. If I made your cookies, I would agree that that's a really good cookie recipe. But if I gave them to you, they'd say, yeah, they're just not the same. And if I gave your cookie recipe to the best pastry chef I know, you would say that the cookies were very good, but they weren't as good as when you had the cookies from Nonna. Think about when you had your Nonna's cookies. You were at Nonna's. Maybe it was a holiday. Maybe you're eating the food you only ate at the high holy days. Or the cousins that you only saw once a year. Poppy was sitting in his chair. No one else sat in Poppy's chair. The ball game was on, but the newspaper was over Poppy's face. He was snoring. And at the end, after supper, there were Nonna's cookies. Take the cookies. Give them to the children. Give them to your nieces, your nephews, and someday your grandchildren. And years from now, however they're doing it, beaming it telepathically, someone like you will call up someone like me and say, I'm trying to make my auntie's cookies. And they're going to say to them what I'm saying to you. It was never about the cookies.